What's up, streamers? Welcome back. This is our third edition of Free Talk Friday. Back with me, I got Liberal Nate, myself, the lady, and I guess we'll just get down to business. So I guess not the biggest news, the newest news, it's I guess hot off the press, is about the Caesar play where Trump's assassinated. I've been bitching about it the last two videos. I'm sure you've heard me if you looked at it. The right shut it down a little bit, or at least put a halt to it for a minute and a half.
Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yeah.
Loomer from The Rebel.
Both, yeah, the Rebel media.
Mm-hmm.
She went up on the stage and talked about stop leftist violence. He was yelling Grubels.
Yeah.
And calling them
Nazi propagandists.
Yeah. Grubels. Yeah, he was calling them old Grubels. And
sounds like gerbils, which I'm sure they were all confused. But...
yeah, they're like, where's Richard Gere? He likes them in their ass.
Anyway.
And he was calling them he was calling them a Nazi crowd and everything. So the reason I bring that up, I mean, I have no problem with them doing it. Free speech, I guess. I personally wouldn't do it.
But they have the right to do it.
They have the right to do it. Protest outside, though. That's my personal opinion. My fifis feel.
Well, no, I mean, we talked about this during the election that, you know, the frustrating thing, and you see the left just went bananas, like, oh yeah, we're shutting down that Trump rally. Ooh yeah, look at us. And then when it's returned, you look at the Twitter, you know, page underneath Jack and Laura, and it's like, how dare you? And it's like, well, people are
what's
tired.
the difference?
This is what's going to happen. You don't like it, do you? Right? And it's like, this is what has been tolerated for almost 2 years of this protest and protest.
They didn't punch anybody.
Protest outside, right? You're interrupting what we came to see. Right? Like, as far as, like, Trump supporters. Like, that's the most frustrating part. Protest outside. Don't sneak in and wreck the show for everybody else.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to the hypocrisy.
I kind of feel the same way about this. Right?
Yeah.
It was like, I don't find it very classy, but I get it. I understand where it's like, no, enough is enough.
And to prove a point.
Yeah.
And the point proven is that they're hypocrites.
Right.
That they can do something, and then when the favor is returned, they don't like it. But it's fine when they do it. So, you know, it's just funny how the finger gets pointed in a direction. It's always the right's fault. And once again, I'll state, like, I'm not even a total, like, rightist person. I haven't always voted Republican. Shit, I voted for Obama the first time. I'm sorry. But yeah, like, that is just, it's hilarious is what it is. It's sad, but it's hilarious. That they'll just continue to just push this nonsense.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I don't want to go on another rant because I've had two in a row. You know, hopefully everybody's seen that one too. But yeah, I figured that was the newest news. We start out there. While we're kind of talking about that, we can also talk about the there's more stuff in the shooting case. I don't know if you heard about this. Did you hear about they actually found like a hit list in the guy's like pocket?
No.
Or was it in his van?
No, it was in his pocket, like all his shooter, I believe. But they also found a laptop,
a camera, a phone,
or
it's
whatever.
a confirmed hit list.
Yeah, it had.
It's not just like maybe a list of people he might want to vote for.
Well, no, because he hated Republicans. You can go back and they found like all his tweets and
his tweets.
Not his Twitters. I said that.
Awesome.
The other night. But yeah, his tweets, his Facebooks, he had a large presence on social media. There was actually one person who I guess is getting ready to run for an office, who actually liked.
It was all Republicans on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3 of them.
How many of them were at the game?
All of them, I think.
No, 2.
I knew 2 of them. The crazy thing is one of the guys, something Duncan, was the guy he spoke to prior to entering.
The person who said,
He said, yeah, it's Republicans.
Wow.
And it's like, you want to kill someone, but you don't even know what the fuck they look like. Like, that's just sad.
That doesn't make good sense.
It doesn't.
Well, it's left. What do you expect?
It's weird.
I smell conspiracy.
Right?
Well, we can go down that island.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
You want
going.
to go to... Who wants to take a trip, take the boat to Conspiracy Island?
I'm already there.
The water's getting...
I'm already
over,
there. Come
run
join
over.
me.
The water gets deep there.
So, are we gonna say he went to MedStar, the same hospital Seth Rich was at?
Which is...
And
Who died kind of conspicuously.
yeah,
I
it was
mean,
a
there's a
lie.
lot
They
of...
took him in there, and then died. The DNC.
Well, Trump's in his own
staffer
hospital.
long believed that he was the WikiLeaks informant for the DNC leaks.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was there and at that hospital, and then somebody reported today that the top trauma surgeon or whatever that's there that would be treating him is like buddies with Podesta, right? Podesta,
Oh,
the molester,
Podesta.
Yep.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
Yeah. So people are all like freaking out. Well, then Trump sent his doctor, like the White House, like his doctor over there.
And Mike Pence has been outside the room.
Yeah, Mike
Like,
Pence
protecting
been outside
the
the room. There's
room.
like pictures of him like talking to doctors and the police and stuff, figuring out what's going on. So it looks like not say it is, but it looks like Mike Pence is stationed outside. The Silver Fox is watching for any shenanigans, and you've got Trump's doctor in the room handling things, so we don't have another Seth Rich incident.
It obviously
So-
looks like
Wow.
it obviously looks like you can call it a conspiracy. It looks like they're trying to protect him.
Yeah,
I mean, they should be trying to. I mean, we
Right.
should be trying to protect our people, but it looks like they have a certain interest in protecting this
I
guy.
mean, you know, at least from
So what does
the
that guy know?
spectacles on Conspiracy Island.
So, well, you ask yourself, what does this guy know? Like, not why is he so important, but there's an extra interest.
Well,
Well-
on the 25th of May, he put out the human
Yes, he did.
trafficking tape.
He put out a human trafficking tape talking about stopping human trafficking.
Video, I guess, not a
The
tape.
video,
We're
yeah.
old.
Sorry. We
It's
dated
analog.
ourselves. Yeah, he had an 8-track. Anyways, no, he put out I guess a YouTube clip, or at least you can find it on YouTube, where he's talking about human trafficking in America, and it's actually really horrific. I mean, just the act itself is horrific, but it's a lot bigger of a problem than people really think it is. And then he starts talking about child like predators and things of that nature.
What to do to stop it and different things like that. And it's actually put out by the, like, because he's the majority whip, right? So it's majoritywhip.gov. Like, it's actually from the government site. It isn't just like him in his kitchen or something. It's a like, legit government site talking about human trafficking.
Yeah, he doesn't look like me right now in it. He looks like a little more professional.
A little bit. Our audio is better.
But
Anyways.
but yeah, it is. But the conspiracy part about it is this. I mean, like, yeah, that's factual there. He has this link. So anybody that's been around the conspiracy hole over the last 6 months has definitely heard of a thing called Pizzagate, which is there's implications that have Podesta involved in it. And I don't want to get too far into the Pizzagate thing. That's a whole 2-hour episode. But it's about child pedophilia. And there's rings and
The
stuff. And
elites and,
yeah, amongst the big elites and stuff like that. And well, Sessions
Podesta is connected to Clinton.
yes.
Okay.
Podesta,
And he was a left person.
yeah, they're left.
Okay, because I don't even want to say Democrat. I just
well, I mean, he worked in the White House for Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Before that.
okay.
Before he was Hillary Clinton's campaign
Okay.
manager.
All right. So I'm
He's
just
been
trying
around a
to
while.
I'm just trying to follow a little path here real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's a Republican. He's shooting Republicans who are investigating.
Not Podesta.
No.
This John
I apologize,
Hutchinson.
yeah. The assassin is shooting Republicans that are
Tied to
trying to look into.
human trafficking and child predators.
Okay.
But here's the fishy part, and you can say what you want. To me, I get an eerie feeling about this.
You smell the salmon in the air?
Yeah. So Exactly. Right after the shooting, I don't know if it was the Democrat Party, but some Democratic organization sent his office, the guy who got shot,
Yeah.
pizza.
To the staffers.
Oh,
To the
that's
staffers.
that's sick. That's just cruel.
So, just to enlighten some of the people if they haven't looked into it, Pizzagate and Pedogate, it's kind of tied together. Pizzagate, pizza is supposed to be a code word for some child pedophilia. And so if they're looking into this and the other side doesn't want them looking into this, they may shoot them. And to try to tell them to back off, send them some pizza. I'm sorry. When there's tragedy, or not even just tragedy, just highly stressful situations, you're not really hungry. Like, sending me a pizza is not gonna like make me feel any better.
Send
I'm worried.
me pizza for a pizza party, not for a possible loss of.
You'd probably
a
send me
friend.
some booze. You know what I'm saying?
Send me some
Or
flowers.
flowers.
Yeah, send me some liquor and
some
flowers.
cards.
Some condolences, not
Yeah.
some Papa John's.
Like, yeah. Or what was the name of the pizza joint?
well, I don't. I'm not.
No,
the
no,
actual
no.
thing?
I mean the pizza joint that's investigated.
Comet ping
That's
pong
Comet
thing.
Ping Pong, and some
There
of
you
that,
go.
like I said, I don't want to get into the whole Pizzagate thing. That's a long discussion.
I'm just saying it would have been extra
Well, did
heart wrenching for them to send it from there.
What about the rest of it? What about stuff that's been dug up on Dude?
Okay, so
And now I saw this, I'm gonna give a shout out. I saw this on Reddit on the Donald. You guys did an excellent job pulling this out. But there were articles listed in the New York Post, the New York Times, or whatever. I mean, they're not.
I
like
mean, there's
ransom,
articles
but
I've read.
pedes that are doing good work over there.
Yes, and I've probably read about 20 different articles on this guy and his arrest history. So this Bernie bro, who they have had no ideas that this guy could be a fucktard, and shoot people up. Like,
What is the purpose of really though connecting it to Bernie in the media?
well, I mean, if you really want me to go down conspiracy like
Because
insanely,
we don't just talk about every single person who assassinates somebody. We don't always just talk about their political preference. Or
well, you
anyone
do
they
when you
support.
shoot a political official.
Hold on.
Okay,
It's hard
I
because
don't know-
most assassins
Okay,
are
so-
Democrats. I'm sorry.
Well, JFK was assassinated, and
By a
I
Democrat.
have
Abraham
no
Lincoln,
clue
Martin
who
Luther King.
that person's
I mean, like-
political
Well, yeah,
connection would be, like
Communist.
who he would want to.
Communist.
Well,
As far as what,
yeah,
they tell
but
us.
what specific communist leader? Like they're like singling out
Okay.
Bernie Sanders instead of just saying he is a supporter of.
No, and he came out and totally was just like, "This is despicable and disgusting. I would never promote the violence against other human beings. This is disgusting." He did that. He did. What
you
he's
do
supposed
him
to
well.
That was
I know,
almost
right?
an actual audio
So-
clip.
He did his thing. I mean, but sorry, it's what comes back. I mean, this guy, if you go to his, well, now it's been deleted, but you can go to archive.is or whatever and look up what people have saved. That I'm a Bernie bro, I'm the Bernie for life, Bernie forever. I mean, very big in it, right? Okay. So, and I don't want to give this guy a whole lot of popularity by using his actual name, you know? Like, you know,
We'll just keep calling him fucktard.
that's cool. Go for that, right?
All
So
right.
now we're not pissing everybody off. All right, go. So,
So-
fucktard.
Fucktard. Like, here's some of his past. So he was had the ability to be a foster parent from 1996 to 2003. I think I read. He had 2 foster daughters, right? And they both died.
I don't know if he had more than that.
Well,
or-
I'm
right, but at least 2.
he had
are dead.
at least 2 that are both dead now. They didn't just die. One OD'd and one committed suicide. Now the suicide one is really weird.
Yeah.
Because she didn't just shoot herself in the face. She didn't just take some sleeping meds. She didn't hang herself. Didn't do the whole car trick with the, carbon dioxide. No. She sat in a car, put gasoline all over herself, and lit herself on fire.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how you even go, yeah, that was suicide. Like, how do you put that together?
How do you even know if that's suicide?
That could be a mob style hit. Like, I don't know. So, anyways, when you actually start looking into his like arrest record, he's been arrested multiple times. Some things, driving under influence and
Having this kind of background would also be a good reason for him to be selected as sort of a patsy. I mean, he did it. It's obvious he did it,
they were
but
talking about that, like if, like the Manchurian candidate, kind of like your brainwashed little violent person, and so you kind of convince somebody. That was all over the Donald as well, as talking about, well, who got to him, like some MK Ultra type stuff,
right,
to get him to do these things to set off this kind of battle, this race war, this civil unrest that George Soros has done since forever in every country, right? Like, so somebody else pointed that out, that kind of like conspiracy lead, that you take somebody kind of weak who's already violent,
or you just say
right?
you count it up to low IQ non-functioning fucktard.
And then his wife was like,
with radical
he went
ideas
to go do taxes, and what else did she say?
Well, no, so like, okay,
change the brackets
before we get there. So he was arrested multiple times. Now he has violent natures in his past. So he like physically abused both of the daughters, foster daughters.
and that's in police
It
documentation.
doesn't say sexually. It just
Right,
No, not sexually,
right,
like
but
pulled her hair out.
but the police were called. They wrote up a report.
Punched.
Well, so at one
face.
point, the daughter's trying to get away from him,
Yeah.
right? And there's actual listings from the friends that were around, because he not only assaulted her, he assaulted the friends. So he punched one other chick in the face.
Close-fisted.
Close-fisted. He had a shotgun with him, right? He knocked the friend's boyfriend upside the head with the wood stock of the shotgun before letting off a shot in the air. And then, dragged her out of the car.
Cut the...
No, that was the other daughter,
okay.
where she wanted to leave as well, and he actually reached in, turned took the keys out of the ignition, and then cut the seatbelt off and dragged her out of the car.
Wow.
So there's a lot of abuse there. I have disagreements with my kids all the time. I don't beat the shit out of them.
It makes you go, well, what was going on that led up to this?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, teenagers are crazy. No, dude, no. If
Yeah.
you have good open dialogue with your kids, they don't do that.
Yeah.
So he was also, the police had been called on him, and it was reported that, now I don't know what the proximity of the houses he lived in were, but he was having target practice in his backyard.
I thought that was in Alexandria, where he is now. Was that back home?
I think that was back home.
Okay.
But see, that's where it got a little confusing, because they weren't specific.
Yeah.
And the wife, who seems like she's estranged because they haven't lived together for at least 6 months, and she's like, I have nothing really to do with them or whatever. Yeah, but she was crying today on TV and didn't want to talk about it.
He was going down to DC to change tax brackets.
Yeah, but so anyways.
Can't you do that online? Maybe.
Like, I don't know, sign a petition to, I don't know.
Start a local organization, yeah. But anyway, so he was having target practice in his backyard. Now, if your yard's big enough, I know at least in Virginia,
Well, his wasn't.
I think you got to have 7 acres or 5 acres to shoot.
Yeah. But his
Um,
neighbor was quite upset.
a couple of the neighbors were quite upset. And then there's a report, and that they feel that it probably was him as well, that his neighbor put a Republican vote sign in their yard for a delegate or something that was a family friend, and the very next day after doing that, the son's tires were slashed, and so was one of the father's tires of the vehicle. So it's like, this guy has some disturbing behavior in his past.
Well, it wasn't like, I dislike, Representative Scalise because he's my guy in the government. I mean, no, he's from Louisiana, right? And this guy's from Illinois. He doesn't have anything to do with any of that, right?
Yeah.
But apparently, the 3 people on the list were all from the House Freedom Caucus, which I guess is a more conservative thing. But all of dude's chatter was all just anti-Republican, period. Just period. Just period. And that was it. So he really wasn't focused on any one particular person. Just kind of an overall hatred
for
to
the
go
party.
around. Yeah.
Well, so not only that, but he sold his business and everything, all his belongings to his business. He owned a home inspection business.
Right.
In Illinois. And he sold it all and then moved to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at what point don't you go, guy's selling his shit off, he's taking target practice, he's getting real crazy on social media. Sounds like he's being radicalized.
Call the police when he was shooting in the backyard.
They did.
Did they?
Yeah, one time the police came and he wasn't there, I guess, when they got there, and they brushed it off as fireworks, potentially.
Okay.
And then the other time, they said he hadn't broke a law, but they got him to stop.
Yeah, okay.
So, like I said, I don't know, like, how far away the houses are. Like I said, I know you can, if you have enough acreage, you can shoot in your backyard. Now, if you're in a townhouse complex, no, obviously the houses are way too close together. You know what I mean?
How often did he target practice? Just recently?
Well, that sounded like it was like a newer development.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
And
all
then
this is rolling out. So
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Pence protected him and he woke up and he told them that he was told that the people shooting at him were going to have like beanbag bullets or something, and that he would be taken out of there and he'd be all right? Where's the money at from his sold business?
Which guy are you talking about?
I'm talking about Fucktard.
So
Fucktard wakes up.
No, Fucktard's dead. He's the shooter.
Oh, damn. I thought...
You were
Damn.
going there, but no.
Yeah, you went totally
All right.
left.
Yeah, well...
You flipped the car on me, man.
My bad.
All right. So
Get back
anyways,
on the road.
All right.
You
He's
flipped the
had
boat,
enough
we're
of our
drowning.
time. He's had enough of our time. Wrap it up there on that subject.
Well, I mean, there are those things that potentially
It's
lead
still
to
developing.
Pizzagate and different stuff like that, which, you know, there's thought process that maybe that guy was going to be on investigation.
Maybe. I mean, when you're talking about child trafficking, you look at these and
Or maybe he was a small handler for the bigger people. That's some of the
They
thought
talk about that a
process.
lot. I mean,
Like the foster,
the foster care system is messed up, and
well,
these
yeah,
kids.
and then there's a lot of situations where they play a part in it as well.
Correct.
And when they asked them, all they were willing to say was the years that he was a foster parent, and no comment after that.
Yeah.
And they can get away with that because everything's anonymous
Right.
when you're doing foster care. So I don't know. When there's
I'm
smoke,
sure
there's
we'll
fire.
find out
Typically,
more as they dig through the phone and the laptop and other things, and hateful letters he's written. Not necessarily violent or threatening like that, just upset. To his local paper and whatever.
well, I just think it's coincidence that the guy who got shot is looking into human trafficking and pedophilia. Jeff Sessions came out early on, talked about human trafficking and pedophilia. Even Trump mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we all know that they're trying to take down Trump and Sessions.
Right.
They're throwing everything at the wall, just hoping something sticks.
Yeah.
Nothing
and
has yet.
Then you have you tie in the Seth Rich. Like everybody kind of wants justice for Seth Rich.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I'm not even talking about the Seth Rich. I mean, he technically he exposed Pizzagate if he was really the leaker.
Well, right, but that's what I'm saying. People still want justice. I mean, why? Right? I mean, that's a whole other.
That's a whole other
but
thing.
But to tie in the same place, the same doctors, the same it just looks crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, I know that there's 196 Democrats have filed a lawsuit against Trump for the
Yeah, I can't say that word.
that I can't seem to roll off the tongue. Basically, it's a how the best do I put this? Because he's a business owner, and even though he's kind of put it into his kids handling it, if his business makes any money, then now they're wanting to look for any collusion, right now
Well,
by
with
the
it,
government. However, the problem with this case here is that let's say if you're a Russian national and you want to stay at a Trump hotel, you're an individual. A government entity would have to pay the Trump organization, right, to do something. So it just seems like a bunch of mess and a waste, again, of taxpayer money and a waste of time.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's still like...
Well, I've seen something that they don't want him to be able to, his businesses, to accept any type of, like, foreign money. And it's like, well, that's absurd.
Because he's got companies all over the world.
Yeah, like, so if John Kerry would have been president, would Kraft not been able to sell their shit?
Good question.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Right?
Yeah. Like, that's stupid.
I agree.
Now, if you could see where there's money funnel in for other things, yeah, okay, fine,
like
investigate.
Guitar, maybe? Something like that, maybe?
Yeah, you know, if he had a special organization that was getting money and then he was doing favors or something, but I don't know politicians that do that.
Well, not on the right, anyways. But anyways, or maybe George Bush, but we're not going to dig back that far in history. So anyways, yeah, I read that. You know, and it's all the same. I mean, there's some of them that I don't recognize their names right away, but a lot of the names are the same players. I mean, the same.
The Chuck Schumers of the world.
Yeah, Maxine Waters.
Harris.
Kamala Harris. You know, she's going to be the big up-and-comer. I've been warning people to watch out.
She's the new Obama.
Yeah, who they're going to run. Who now they're saying
Seriously, she's like come out of nowhere over the last month or so.
She had a lot of crap about earlier on because she abandoned a case that she was supposed to be on. The Scott Dicari case, I believe is how you pronounce his name. And she just kind of abandoned it because of her political run, and people were pissed off, like in her own area. Like she's more worried about her political future and her optics than she is about what's really going on and what she's supposed to be doing as the DA of our area. People were not happy. He was a mass shooter in Orange County. His wife, I guess, like maybe she owned the business or was in there, and he shot her and a bunch of other people and shot himself. So anyway, there's a lot of issues, but then that also turned out that there was some like snitching rule thing going on in the police department where they had like informants as inmates, so you're gonna get favors or maybe get released quicker. And so that uncovered a whole lot of that, and she was all kind of over all of those things. But you know, her questioning sessions, and I've seen her do it more than just the sessions, is that she tries to rapid fire questions, but they're not well thought out questions. They're not going anywhere questions. They're a bunch of gotcha questions. She was told by I guess what is it, this leader during the hearing for sessions. What's the person that's in control of the thing?
The chief or whatever.
Whatever that person. But he was like, "Hey, let him answer," because that's the thing. You
the head of the committee or whatever.
If he doesn't answer fully and correctly.
Yeah.
And so now it's all a buzz in the news that they're rude to her and how dare you, and that's so mean. And you're like, no, she's rude. She's rude. You're interrupting people. You're not letting them answer. That is rude. She's being rude. Just because she's black and a woman, which is what she said on her Twitter, oh, because I'm this and that, they don't like that. Like, oh, I've got my sassy pants on and that gives me reason to be a jerk. No, this is serious. He'll be caught for perjury. It's almost like you wanted him to be caught for perjury. That's what it looks like. You look cheap.
Well, like I said,
it doesn't help your case that you're a strong, independent woman up there by being rude. You're rude and saying that she should stop doing that. That they're trying to say, no, that's being rude to her.
It's obstruction of justice.
Anyways, I read all that in the news this week.
I also heard that they want Mueller to recuse himself.
What does recuse mean?
Step aside from the case.
Yeah.
Because he's leading the case against the investigation, the special counsel that Comey wanted.
Yeah.
He's heading that.
But him and Comey were like...
They were part of the anthrax debacle.
Well, they're buddies. I mean, they're
But this goes back to the 90s. I mean, they were part of that nonsense and that mess.
Well, not only that, like, Comey is a funny dude. He's the same guy that, like, back in when Bush was in term, was saying that, like, you know, using the CIA, like leaking and looking into people. Oh, I would never, you know, go for that and co-sign with that. And then it's like, then you just turn on.
You're
like,
the leaker.
Yeah, and you're using the wiretapping. It's like everything you said that you wouldn't do, you've been called red-handed doing.
Yeah.
Hypocrite.
But yeah, so I guess on the same premise, that Jeff Sessions recused himself because he's too close to Trump, right? So he was like, no, I would recuse myself because that is the right. And lawful thing to do, and that's why I would do it. Which sets up the premise that Mueller should recuse himself because him and James Comey worked together so long, and they are buddies.
I think even the deputy, Rosenstein, he recused himself as well.
Did he? I haven't read that. Is that new?
I think I read that today. Or he was talking about it.
Talking about it?
Yeah.
Well, Trump, they did run I guess they're running the hit pieces all over, you know, Yahoo and CNN and all that stuff, that it's like Trump's tweet today, or maybe yesterday, you know, forgive me, was that he was like, I'm being investigated for firing the head of the FBI by the guy who told me to fire the guy at the head of the FBI. And CNN ran with, I'm being investigated, or the other headline was like, you know, just a variety
it's some
of
bullshit.
those like cut things, but that's the full tweet that is like, this makes no sense. This guy told me to fire him, and now I'm being investigated by the guy that told me to fire him. So, fun.
Doesn't make any sense.
Not really.
Well, that's what happens when you deal with the left.
Yeah, well. Alright, what else we got? Anybody else? Got something new?
Well, I mean, there's some other things. There was a stabbing and shooting in Israel, ISIS claimed.
Your little incident?
Well, yeah. Little terrorist attack. Killed a Israeli policewoman.
Oh my.
But I didn't see anybody else was injured, so I'm not sure how that all transpired. I didn't get a lot of information about it, but apparently it happened today. Did you see one of our Navy ships? Oh my goodness.
Ran into a boat in the Philippines?
Yeah.
I heard about that on the radio.
Yeah, there's
Like
7 missing
yeah.
sailors. But it's like, how the fuck does that happen?
Well, somebody else
who sunk the Titanic?
That said when you have more, I guess it was kind of, you know, was like when you have like third world stuff, you'd be surprised because it's just not as advanced. They're not letting you know things, and it's like, didn't you see it coming? You think, but it's like, well, it's not as easy to turn a ship as you think.
Yeah.
Especially if it's big.
But wouldn't our ship see it from very far away with radar?
Right, but I mean, a lot of times ships pass right close to each other, and you know, no big deal. But if it turned at the last minute, I mean, you're gonna crash. And so I don't know. We'll find out more, obviously, in that story. But
and that happened today?
That happened today, just like a couple hours ago. I saw it reported. So
wow.
But and then what about the London?
The fire?
Oh my gosh,
that's a tragedy.
So sad.
24-story building.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
They're estimating over 100 deaths.
Did that building collapse?
Not yet. It's not official yet. But
the building did not collapse, though. Wink, wink.
But it burned.
It burned. It
For
burned
a very long time.
And people were dropping their kids out windows.
One guy caught the baby.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah, caught.
Like
the
it
baby.
did, like break a couple bones and stuff like that, but
caught the kid, and I was like, you know, talking about it earlier. Like, I can't imagine, like, as a parent, that being that dire that you're gonna let him go. You're gonna toss him out the window, like to let your kid go. Like that just goes against every instinct of protect and hold.
That's another level of instinct.
Right. I mean, so officially the death count I thought was like 17.
Well, they're estimating.
Isn't it still being counted
right,
though?
Well, the official number is I think 17, but the estimated because it's no longer a rescue mission. Now it's like a recover.
Yeah.
Now it's a recover mission.
That's a shame.
So people are furious.
There's like protests going on. They want to know what the hell happened, and I don't blame them.
Well, they've been saying that there was a fire risk and hazards in there since 2013. They've had a petition going on and different stuff since the building was renovated, and so they are lit up.
Literally.
Yeah. Sorry.
Ouch.
Sorry.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Burn.
Yeah.
Ouch. Double. Too soon.
Too soon.
Did you hear about Theresa May?
What'd she do?
She got chased out of church.
How does that
Her
happen?
church or a church?
She was leaving a church or whatever, and there was a massive crowd yelling at her. They're
How do
upset
you
with
make
her.
people at a church
Was
who
that
were
the-
there to love each
like-
other?
No, they were
Her-
outside.
Or just the,
It was her
name
side.
was it hers?
From what how I read it, and they were displeased with her.
Well, I mean, she was talking about internet censorship. We talked about that a week ago. I know that I did read that the DUP, which is the Irish, I guess, political part, is willing to, you know how I guess they have the hung parliament and you have to meet up and make deals?
Yeah.
That they are willing to side with the Conservatives and Theresa May and have a hard Brexit. I did read that they were willing for that one. I don't know what else is in the deal, but I know that the Irish DUP was willing to for Brexit.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's all I got for you on that one so far. It's a little bit confusing.
And now Sweden is finally coming out admitting that they got a terrorist refugee problem.
Yeah.
I was reading about that today. Which, I mean, they've had one, but like their investigative works, like the phone calls and you know how they do their intelligence, that they get 4,000 hits, dings, pings, calls, whatever, a month compared to under 2,000 back in 2013.
Wow.
So it's more than doubled in a couple years. So that's
everything's gotten really crazy though in the last couple years. So
oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've been reading about the Swedes and what's going on over there, and you know, you're just like, oh my gosh. And again, you know, you have everyday people that get caught up in politics of things, right? And it's just a shame and it's sad. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, it's unfortunate because and that's part of the reasons I had this show. Is once again, I feel that the majority of the people on the ground floor are very similar, and we might have different views or different ways we want things to go to get to a certain point. Some of them are irrational, but like I think at the end of the day, like the majority of people want the best for people, and like they're stuck. Like even over there, like they don't get to vote like we do so much. You know what I mean? They don't have like the total democracies is that.
Not
that
everywhere. I mean, a lot of places, or they do have. Well,
they have some.
No.
Their presidents will stay in term longer, or
they have democracies. They do not have a constitutional republic.
Okay.
Some of them is part of the problem. They don't have a constitutional republic, so no, they don't have votes from representatives like we do.
Yeah.
A little bit different.
So, but their wishes and wants get kind of distorted, and they're really left out of the picture.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't really comment. I don't know a whole lot about overseas politics. It gets really confusing, you know? I mean, to me, I think our system is hard. So trying to learn that and then, you know, trying to learn somebody else's that you completely have no idea about. So I don't really want to comment on their politics and how they vote, but...
No, but I'm saying the regular people are just left out to dry.
Yeah.
You know, depending on whatever their heads
the governments
decide.
are doing, right? Which all of us kind of get caught up in that.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
How about Cosby? Did y'all hear what's going on with that?
Fifth day, right? And
Yeah, they're making him come back tomorrow. Like, I'm starting to think that there's a conspiracy with the judge. Like, he wants a guilty verdict.
Well, a lot of people have said that. Why doesn't he just throw it out? You've got a hung jury.
You've had one.
Because they've been deliberating and he's getting, I guess the judge, I wish I could recall his name at the moment, that he's frustrated with the jury because they keep having them come back out and replay the defense, replay the plaintiff's side, and kind of go over details and go over things over and over and over
But
again.
shouldn't they, when they're
Yes, but you can
deciding
have a
the
hung jury.
fate?
If they just can't decide, you can have a hung jury, which usually a judge will decide, go, look, this has gone on long enough, right? And you will just have a hung jury, and that's just the way it is.
I mean, it's about to be Father's Day. Because they're supposed to go back and do it again tomorrow. They've had over 50 hours of deliberating.
I don't know if there's a limit. So I don't know.
No, there's no limit. He can continue to do it and do it and do it. But typically after...
The judge decides the limit?
Yeah, but typically after the second or third time, that's where the outsiders start questioning, going, there's something going on here.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking for a verdict now.
Right.
And you might be influencing a verdict. Because people after a while are like, okay, what the fuck you want me to say? You want him dead? You want him to go? Like, whatever. I want to go to hell home.
Maybe he wants to be free. I don't know. But yeah, keeping him there, so...
I mean, because you think about it, you're uprooting people from their everyday lives. They're not going to work. They're stuck there.
Yeah.
They're not really seeing their family or anything. Like, yeah, after a week, I'd probably be like, yeah, you want to hang them? I don't care.
I want to go home.
Yeah. I got a bed I want to sleep in, some kids I want to kiss, and a wife that we won't talk about.
Right. Because it's a family show. Anyways.
But yeah, I mean, it's starting to look a little fishy.
Yeah.
And some of the experts have said that.
Yeah, usually you kind of force them into it. Like, how many do we got? What do we got here?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let me ask you, do y'all think he's guilty? Have y'all, followed any of it?
Yeah. And I think, in a way, he's guilty of doing things that are not exactly moral things, but I feel like these girls were maybe partying with Bill Cosby, so to speak, or he was influential and a big face, and he had a lot going for him, and I think that
he admitted giving Quaaludes to him.
I mean, I think that it was something
that was a big thing back in the day.
I don't think that it was what they say it is. I think it's that
one girl he paid. And so
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Well, give me back my money. I mean, it was a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
So he was like, well, give me back my money.
They were there because they wanted to be there, and they were probably doing whatever he had there to do. And then if he offers money, then okay. And now they want more money. I don't see any reason to take this old man through all of this. I don't know. Maybe I just have a soft spot for Bill Cosby.
Well, I mean, if he was raping the hell out of some women, yeah, let him burn. I don't really care. He was funny, but that ain't.
I wish you guys have seen the Dave Chappelle comedy that just recently came out, because he has a segment on Bill Cosby and how, well, I won't give it away, but it's so funny.
I mean, I have a theory about that, about some of the stuff. You didn't hear shit about Bill Cosby and any of this stuff. And so he came out and kind of pushed back against the narrative of the black culture and stuff.
Yeah.
He started talking about,
so
speak intelligent, wear your pants above your ass, things like that. Be responsible. And then all of a sudden, the community turned away from him, and he had all these rape cases. That's a little fishy. But also, one of the ladies, for sure, kept, conversations with him. I'm sorry, but if I rape you, no matter how I rape you, whether I drugged you or I just forcefully took it in the park, whatever the case is, if I try to coach you on, whatever the case is, if you get raped by me, you're not texting me again, correct? We're not going to continue a whole bunch of dialogue.
You can't say that's rape. I mean, because you're still continuing the conversation. Right. You're still being the aggressor, part of the aggressor. You have a part to play in this situation.
Right.
Yeah,
and what was her name? The Flowers chick, Jennifer Flowers, being like, "Oh, he raped me." No, you were his mistress, and everybody knows it. She owned it. It is what it is, and so I mean, I guess you could look at it that way. I don't know. I haven't followed it. Kind of makes me sad. Part of my childhood died.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, oh.
Jello will never be the same.
No. It's such a
Jello.
good show. And
They did the same
Pudding
thing
pop.
that to Michael Jackson for me too, because he was like an idol growing up.
That
you
one
know?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know,
I'm
like.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not,
killed
you
him.
know, trying.
Well,
to,
I think they killed him, but I think he's talking about the child molestation.
Yeah, but
Like,
you know,
He
and-
did have a lot of children come over to the Neverland Ranch or
yeah,
whatever
but
the hell it was.
didn't he have aspects of that place designed for that? And weren't these kids there
Well,
because they were meeting their idol and they were part of something maybe that they won or whatever? It's not,
Yeah, there's people that go. There's children that go to the Olympics for gymnastics, and their trainer rapes the shit out of them.
Okay, yeah, but I just don't.
So
see,
they wanted to go to the Olympic. Yes,
I
they did
just-
not want to be molested.
I just don't see Michael Jackson doing that because of what an idol he was for me as a young person.
Did you-
I see that as people trying to go at him for money, and then he was bucking back at the industry, and then all of a sudden he was dead under a new
he does have
doctor.
that song.
Jude
Not
Screw.
only the songs though, but
Well, that's
I mean,
the last
but
one.
that's
That's
really
the one that
cool
really got him in
when
trouble,
you know
and then
he
it
puts
was
it in there, you know,
Nobody cares about
through
us.
his art. Yeah.
It was that
Oh
one,
yeah.
Nobody cares about us.
Yeah.
That
And have you
was
seen the
big one.
video?
And-
Or
Oh,
even
yeah.
and that's reenacted on stage as well. That like parts of the video.
Right. So, I mean, who knows? Well, it'll all come out eventually, I'm sure. And then one day we'll all know who killed JFK. We'll bring it all the way back to the beginning, right? It's LBJ.
Right when the timeline
LBJ.
switched.
It's LBJ. In case anyone's curious.
Didn't they push that back?
What?
The JFK files. It was supposed to open like 50 years.
2012 or something.
And they pushed it back again.
I guess there's still people living. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who will be implicated?
you know what I saw today? You know what I saw that was really funny to me? That Hillary Clinton was a part of the Watergate thing, right? Somebody was questioning this, the investigation back then, right, as a young law
Yeah.
person. And she was fired, but she wasn't fired because he, got impeached or whatever.
Who,
Or
Clinton?
resigned. He resigned.
Right.
Sorry, Nixon did not get impeached. He resigned.
Yeah.
Okay. No, not
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton got impeached.
Yeah.
But her over lawyer, I guess, right? Like she's part of the council. You have a top lead lawyer.
Yeah.
Said that he wouldn't give her a recommendation. Called her a liar and said she was unethical and had no morality. Something like that. Like some crazy quote.
That seems very familiar. I believe I've seen that.
Yes, and I was just like, oh snap! Where was this, guys? It's like I knew I wasn't crazy, right? And then that follows.
Doesn't everybody think that about her now, though?
What?
Well, not
No,
everybody.
there's still people. Not my president. I'm with her.
Oh.
She's not with you.
Yeah. Right.
She's with that Qatari money.
Yeah.
She's with those billionaires, the Saudi money. Come on, man. She's with the Haitians, the missing Haitian kids. Oh my God. I don't even want to get into that. Again, that just goes off. But anyways, so yeah, I actually saw something funny. Thanks Reddit. Thanks to Donald. Made me laugh today. Like, yeah, good job guys. Good digging. That was something that was funny. So, any other good stuff, bad stuff, new stuff?
Well, Amazon just bought Whole Foods on a different type of topic.
Yeah. What is that?
A conglomerate. Paid $14 billion or something?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Why is it crazy?
I mean,
Amazon.
I'm not saying it's crazy. It's just like that's...
Isn't that Jeff Bezos?
Yeah.
Who owns,
That's a shit ton of money.
Who also owns the Washington Post?
Yeah.
Right?
Nothing but bad reviews for Food Lions and Giants and Wises and any other supermarket.
What does
that
Carlos
comes
Slim
up.
own?
Wow.
Who?
Carlos Slim?
I don't know.
Other than cartels, what else does he own? He owns one of the papers.
Is that the Times?
Might be the New York Times.
I think that's the Times.
Anyways, other than the drug cartels that fund him and the New York Times. But anyway, so my question
How
was
about that
about
name?
Amazon, because I know Amazon's trying to push into the home delivery and food.
Yeah,
Right? So they
and-
bought a grocery store. But then you go, well, because Amazon is an internet store, are there no monopoly laws for that? I mean, we just went through the whole monopoly law issue, right? And you get bought and sold. And so is there no monopoly laws
cattle.
for that?
That's a good question.
I mean, that was my curiosity. Was like,
Yeah.
well, how much? Well, okay, you bought this one, but you can't buy any more, right? Or something because You can't just buy everyone's, home delivery grocery business.
What are they
illegal.
Are they gonna deliver it? You order it on Amazon and it comes to your house.
Yeah,
we don't have to
Amazon's been
leave our
pushing.
houses anymore with Amazon.
They don't want you to.
Yeah.
They want
You
to
can
sit
stay
front
in
of
your
the
box.
television
Yeah.
And
Just fat. Consume, consume, consume.
yeah, the bullshit. Just keep it
Wow.
going. CNN is ISIS.
He'll really make some serious money when he starts delivering beer and kegs and stuff. Just delivering the beer.
We used to get the local pizza shop to do that.
Oh yeah, the little mom and pops places. Drivers you hook them up, they'll hook you up.
Yeah. 6 packs, 12 packs.
Yeah, especially when you order
But you had
from
to
the
buy
place
by the 6 pack.
often.
Yeah.
And you get to know the drivers, and you're like, hey, let me get Bobby. And then you're like, special instructions. Need a pack of smokes and a 6-pack. He already knows what you smoke. Already knows what you drink.
Oh boy.
That's true.
Oh boy.
Anyways.
But it's legal, of course. We're only going to do it legally because we're of age to do those things.
Oh yeah.
Only legally.
I don't think those laws were a
You're
lot
missing the
different
joke,
back
buddy.
then.
You're missing the joke. You're missing the joke.
I guess. Sometimes I'm too serious.
Apparently. God. Man. Yeah.
Anyways. I don't really think I got anything else. I mean, I could just bullshit around about some topics, but turn that into a nice long conversation.
Yeah.
I do got a Pizzagate coming up.
Well, it's about that time for the children to start going missing with no pictures again in Virginia. We're going to be right on time, fellas.
October.
Don't you worry. Yeah. Halloween and Day of the Dead. Lovely. All right. So anyways, fun stuff. Good times. Have to do something cool for next Friday.
It's the Tetra one.
Coming up.
All right. So everybody have a great weekend. Be safe.
And
Stay
don't
out
shoot
of
any
trouble.
politicians.
How about we don't shoot anyone?
Well,
Stuff
you're not
in
going to get...
Chicago is still...
Yeah, you're not going
Oh,
to get
my
Chicago
God.
or Baltimore to listen.
Yeah.
Baltimore's up to 160 deaths this year.
Yeah.
Chicago's probably at like 4,000.
Aren't we up to...
Chicago.
Chicago.
Aren't we up to quite a few for Ramadan as well?
Oh, the Bomthon Ramadan.
That's backwards. But anyways. All right.
It's the last week of that.
Did you read that on your... on the
It
Twitter?
was on the Twitters.
It's on the Twitters.
All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. Like, subscribe, share.
Comment.